Oh yeah, buddy, we got that super relaxing music on, and we're gonna chat up some sleeper hits from Murders at Karlov Manor Commander. Are we goldfish here or are we men? I mean, I feel like this set just released and I already forgot what the heck was in it. I had to refresh myself about what the Precons were, what the themes were, who the commanders were. You know, it feels like it was 10 years ago. There are cops with an Agatha Christie Scooby-Doo crossover or something like that, right? Everybody murdered their own wallets on this damn thing. So these Precons were initially a little pricey. You know, the market was supporting $60 Precons. They were super stacked, excellent reprints. About $40 right now if you're interested. The shiny hype is worn down. Some of these were about, $60 to $70. Just goes to show. In an era of goldfish brains and whale wallets, pays to be a hyena, brother. So what are some of the bulk sleepers? Worry not, fools and lepers. Old Nicky G is here to elucidate you. Now to qualify for this list of bulk bangers, you gotta be under $2, man. And wouldn't it be crazy if there was a leper out there somewhere watching this on their phone? Anyways, man, we got Teferi's Ageless Insight coming in at $1.64. 2 blue for a legendary enchantment. If you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. This card is an absolute house in the right decks. Now this was never a $20 card or anything, but it was a $6 card at one point in time. Paying off draw is an excellent strategy and this makes that easy. Double up your bonus draws at bulk price. Now this guy is a new card from the set, Final Word Phantom. 2 and a blue for a creature, Spirit Detective. It's a 1/4 with flash and flying. During each opponent's end step, you may cast spells as though they had flash. I know at least a couple of dudes with mustaches like this, and true to character, they are really into explaining stuff that you don't want to know about, brother. That said, this is an interesting new design that does a familiar thing in spirit decks or decks relying on sorceries and surprises. I really like this little guy. Now this thing was probably one of the biggest swings in this set because it only had one printing prior to this, and that's the Fiendish Duo. This is 4 red for a creature devil. It's a 5/5 with first strike. If a source would deal damage to an opponent, it deals double that damage to that player instead. It doesn't care about combat, doesn't care about non-combat, it doesn't care if you do the damage, whatever, dude. These two guys share horns, just like me and my college roommate Andy, dude. This was a game night special. It's about $40 at its peak, man. This counts everything your opponents do to each other too. So, just so happens this makes their Voltron decks doubly powerful, but only if they slap your opponents, you know? These two little twonks are about $1.50. You know who's getting their comeuppance right as we speak, dude? Puff Daddy. I heard he's fleeing the country, man. 3 and a white for an instant. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and planeswalkers you control this turn by sources you don't control. If damage from a creature source is prevented this way, comeuppance deals that much damage to that creature. If damage from a non-creature source is prevented this way, comeuppance deals that much damage to that source's controller. This is another one printing reprint of a card that was around $14 at its peak. I don't think it's that great of a card, man. But it is kind of neat. I do like the new art. I like that it has the old rune-scarred demon being comeuppance and pointing some fingers at him, and you did it. You wore the MAGA hat. I think my Puff Daddy analogy is a little better, though, honestly. Massac War's art always makes me think of Little Shop of Horrors, dude. Rick Moranis, you guys should go see that one. So this is 3 black for a creature Phyrexian Worm. It's a 6/5. When this guy enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. Old Happy Pants Smiley Magoo here. Perfect rows of teeth. That's how you can tell this guy grew up in an affluent worm family. Nothing wrong with that, dude, but does he have character? Yeah, he sure does, man. This guy is down to $1.22 at present. This goes ham in a bunch of decks, man. Excellent curve topper or reanimator target. Neheb the Eternal. This guy's a real bulk banger out there. 3 red for a legendary creature, Zombie Minotaur Warrior. It's a 4/6 with Afflict 3. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add red for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. This guy is just a Minotaur gone awry, dude. This is what happens when you're lactose intolerant, and you're a Minotaur. You become a zombie warrior. This is Slug Ramp, and that's a ramp that's compliant with federal law, and that's better, Commander, dude. I never thought I'd see this fella for $1, but here we are, friends. This guy's got the Kappa Cannon. He's slapping and slamming. He's 5 and a blue for an artifact creature, a Turtle Warrior. It's a 4/4 with Improvise. This guy is Ward 4 too, man. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on this idiot, and it can't be blocked this turn. This is just a beater in all those clue text, token artifact decks, Brutaclad decks. This was up to about $5 and is now 74 cents, man. This can be a real finisher, and it's hard to interact with, man. I love this card. No, this wouldn't be a better Commander video without a sexy vampire, dude. We got the Twilight Prophet out there, 2 black for a creature vampire cleric. I believe it's a 2/4, has flying and ascend. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have the city's blessing, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. Each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is that card's mana value. This card has been absolutely hammered into dust, dude. Now, of course, I prefer the old art, but this isn't bad at all. I like her dress, man. What can I say? This absolute banger was at one time $10 and is now less than 50 cents. Then we got Cuckoo Lane, the Teller of Tales. This guy's 2 green, blue, and a white for a legendary creature, human druid. It's a 2/4, has vigilance. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Has 3 and tap, return target creature card you control to its owner's hand. Come on, look at this guy, man. He's telling the story of Andrew Tate. 'Tis an epic tale, brother. This guy crested in value at $13 or so. As a commander, he's absurd. You'll be hated off the table, but this guy is also an amazing value piece in the 99, brother. 65 cents. And the Sphinx of the Second Sun, brother. 6 blue for a creature Sphinx. It's a 6/6 with flying. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, there's an additional beginning phase after this phase. The beginning phase includes the untap, upkeep, and draw steps. 50 cents for this fella. And you know he hits the deadlifts twice a week, dude. He's doing shrugs out there. Come on, man. Fantastic reanimation target, excellent value piece, and the most muscular of Sphinxes. This was, at one time, an $8 card. Hang on a sec, double sexy vampire in one video, dude? That's right. This is better Commander, brother. 2 and a white for a creature vampire. It's a 2/3 with flying. This is the welcoming vampire. Come into my house, dude. Welcome in. Whenever one or more creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn, unfortunately. About to welcome you to a slap in the nuts, brother. And that's no fun in the sun, man, but this lady stays in the night. This crested at about $5. It's a tight little 50 cents right now for your weenie decks. Alright, one more and then I gotta go to work, dude. Doom Whisperer is 3 black for a creature and Nightmare Demon. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. Pay 2 life, surveil 2. That's it, man. The sound of every twisted secret tempts you to hear another. This guy likes to brush against the back of my neck, dude. Give me a little nibble back there, brother. I love this card for my favorite graveyard strats. And it was at one time about an $8 card. It's a damn 50-cent card as we sit here today, man. Come on, brother. So listen, man, I was just sitting in my house. I was looking at all these steals and deals, and I wanted you guys to know about it. I want you to know about these bulk bangers, dude, because I literally love you guys. Say my name 3 times, spin around in a circle, and I will appear in your mirror to tell you that before bedtime. Alright, that's a particular power that I have. I guarantee this. Nikki G from Better Commander, signing off.